Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Actually, it's good night because it's dark outside, and I can tell that it is night time because of it, and therefore it is artificial light with stamps. But what am I looking at today? Well, I've decided to go on a new quest, and it means going through all these bags of Machins that my good buddy, my big brother, he's a brother, Ian, has kindly thrown at me. You know when you throw fish at seals and I go, ah, ah? Well, I capture everything he throws up in the air. And eventually I get round to doing something with them. So with this little bag here, I've got a lot of Machins that are on paper, which I've trimmed and which I intend to stick, so to speak, on pages. And I'm doing it by simply numerology, by the numbers, by the values. Use the proper terminology. First, I'm going to tell you that's a disgrace, isn't it? How do you spell decimals? I don't know, so I've added an A and an E. Just in case I missed something out. So from these, what I've decided to do is make a start. What easier way than to be, rather than be overwhelmed by it all, I started at half p and it would be single digits only. So when I run out of fingers and thumbs, then I will stop and go to the next lot, which is 10p up to 20p. I hope you understand that. Right, so let's have a look at what we've got. Well, that's look at that. A nice half P, beautiful colour. I love the colours of these. First of all, it's such a classy design. You know, it's not quite a silhouette, it's more of an embossed, isn't it? And it was designed by someone called Arthur Machin, I believe. And they came out, I think, about 1967. They replaced the Wildings as the definitive. So 1967 to 1970, they were LSD, pounds, shillings and pence. So old money, in other words. And then decimalisation occurred in 1970, 71. And therefore, these would have started around about... Well, I don't know when these started, when each of these stamps would have started in a different year, probably. There was probably a set released initially. They were the first lot of Machins. I have no idea what they are. I could do some research on them and have a look. But what I want to do is keep it simple for me and sort of avoid any stress or anxiety. So simply, not worry about stuff and just do the simple thing, which is start at half a p. Yeah. So that's a lovely, nice light blue, sky blue, laser blue colour almost, and shows off Her Majesty the Queen very, very well indeed. We go now down to the 1p, and here we've got a cancellation on this one on 27th of so I presume that's February. Ain't got a year. Again, on paper, all of these are on paper, so they can be steamed off or destroyed. You know, there's limited value, if any value, to any of these stamps. You know, some people wouldn't entertain these; they would bin them. People like me, I love a shaggy dog's tail. Someone who's been through the wars, and some of these have. And when they reached me, and they went through further wars by trim, it got trimmed. Anyway, here we got like a chocolate brown maybe, or a brown, or a ruddy red. I'm sure there are official colours to these also. Now this is I like the 1.5p because it's a black. It's a penny halfpenny black. I bet they were thinking of putting it on the 1p. I bet they were, you know. I bet they thought, let's do another penny black, and then someone said, They sent it upstairs, and whoever was upstairs said, you're not doing it. it would it wouldn't be good. However, I'll let you do 1.5p. All right, Gaffer. So they come up with the black for the 1.5p. I'm making that up. I'm just presupposing and suggesting that that is what happened. But it seems quite, it seems we've got other black stamps, not that many. I would suggest there's another black with a gold queen, and I think there's also a black with Victoria and Elizabeth on it. Whether it's a penny or not, I don't know, but I think they were thinking about that heavily, and they settled for a penny halfpenny. Yeah. Anyway, we continue further down now to 2p. 2p or not 2p? This is the 2p. And it's green, and I've been trimming slightly bit to the edge there. A lot of these stamps are stuck on strips, so I've had to separate them pretty nastily with my scissors. Absolute disgrace. This is a nice green background and a light green silhouette. I'm not sure if it is a silhouette. It's not a silhouette because you can see details, but you get the good facial features there on that. We go further down to 2.5p. Very few of these for me. Managed to find one. Again, it's whatever colour you put. Well, there's one or two colours I'm not 100% happy with. This is one which is quite nice. I like it when there's a definitive definitive between the background and the foreground. You get what I mean, I'm sure. But 2.5p there, that's quite nice with a pink. Or rosé, maybe it's called. We now go into deep blue. And we've got a date here, 22nd of November. Again, no year. A 3p. You've got to be careful sometimes because a D can slip in there somewhere. I don't think I've got any D's in these bags. I've got a lot of bags. There's a lot of bags here. And very few, if any, D's in them. Because there was only 3 years of them. And more of these, but some are less common than others. So we got the royal blue stamp, pretty classic. A dark blue was used further on in the definitive series across the years. 3p. 3p. You can buy something for 3p. Good lordy. Here we go. And then next to it we've got more like, it comes across mostly as pinkish, but it isn't. It's more of a red. It's the artificial light that doesn't show it up that well. That's again standouty. It stands out. It jumps out. Anyway, continue forward. 3.5p's now. The wavy old thing tended to get in the way of those wavies. Wasn't that keen on the wavy cancels. 3.5p though, it does show the currency, and 3.5p here for the, would you call it mauve or light brown, or I'm not sure, skin coloured. I don't know. We'll move. Yeah, I mean, this is such a standouty one. This is less so. I mean, that's a great colour for a stamp. Here we've got Elizabeth again with the 4p. Now, some of these would have been repeated in future years, so they don't follow on from each other yearly. But for ease, I'm putting all the same values in a row, like little maids all in a row. Now, this is a classic colour, is it not? Used, I would suggest, for the second class iconic stamp, second class blue. There was a first class red, second class blue, and I think it's this blue that they used. It's a fantastic colour, and it shows Her Majesty the Queen at her very, very best. 4.5p. I am missing a 4.5p, so we can't tally or dally much longer on that space. We'll go to the next one, space. 5p. Violet, mauve. October 86 maybe. Me? Not sure what that says. Then we go further to another 5p, which is a chocolate brown. That's quite sweet. We're then missing the 5.5p. I suspect it's these half p's that are pretty not uncommon. They're common, but not as common as the commons. 6p. Not keen on the green, to be fair. I struggle with seeing that. This I much prefer. Again, 1995 here, so we've progressed 25 years almost from the beginning of the peas. The peas of the beginning. Yeah, so that's quite nice. Next we go to 6.5p. That's the old cancel across there, but a nice colour. This is a cracker of a colour, I think, because I love the chocolate brown or the dark chocolate brown. 7p. And here's another one. Love the cherry red. Well, it's not cherry red, it's maroon, isn't it? I think it's maroon. It's maroon. And it's 2005 maybe. So they were still using 7p things in 2005, which is only 20 years ago. Wow. Again, a half p version here is missing 7.5p in this case. We have a ruddy brown, 8p. And we've got the 23rd of December 1980, so that's a lovely clear date. And Cheltenham, I believe that is. With Cheltenham, which would be in Gloucestershire, maybe? Can't see the Gloucestershire, but I think that's Cheltenham. And here we have, like, the gold. Could it be true? Is it gold? Well, it's an 8.5. It's an 8p, and it's been nastily trimmed by me or somebody, probably me. And yeah, so that's two together. We're coming towards the end now. 8.5p green, light green. Strange old cancel. 9p quality. I love this. There's a bit of dark into light there, so that really picks out Her Majesty. 9p one, and here we have male centre, so this will be a modern one, and here we see 900, but it's 2006 upside down. And finally, that and finally moment maybe. We'll just stay with this a minute. The orange stamp. I do like the colour. Of the two, I do like the dark into the light. Come into the light, but the orange, there's something classy about that orange stamp. And I think it was used for those everlasting stamps, were they first and second, something like that? I don't know. Anyway, finally, an unfinally moment, and again we've got dark into light, and here we've got mauve. Well, it's Queen Elizabeth. Mauve's someone else. Well, the colour, I mean, is mauve. 9.5p. Yeah, and it picks out the Queen beautifully. 9.5p. So that is where I'm at. Machins you can spend. I've been watching a couple of videos on Machins, and you can spend hours watching them. I watched Jerry Stamps, and that was a fantastic help for me. Quite inspirational, really, because what he's done is, he set them all out and had little bits of paper by them. He must have a lot of patience, which I haven't got. And also other Machin quality videos. I mean, they are so useful when you're starting out and when you're trying to begin the collection. Just the beginning is, you know, to get to do the first step. You know, once I found the the half P I was away. Anyway, I've warbled on enough. That's 2 videos today. I'm outdoing myself. We've started. We will continue and we'll see how we go. Thanks for watching, everybody, and bye for now. Bye.